let's start by covering the basics of storage for both SharePoint and OneDrive for Business. First of all, let's be honest. One of the benefits of the cloud is not having to manage storage hardware, especially when we go in a software as a service line of products. There is nothing to manage for us, well, except licensing. And when it comes to storage, SharePoint and OneDrive for Business have very different ways of licensing storage to us. At a high-level overview, in SharePoint Online, the included storage will depend on how many licensed users we have in our tenant, while for OneDrive for Business, most enterprises have unlimited individual cloud storage. I did leave that asterisk there as there are some limitations, and we'll learn about them in just a few minutes. Okay, let's start with SharePoint first. The total storage for the organization will depend on the number of licensed users for SharePoint that you have inside your tenant, and we call this pooled storage. The mathematical formula is that everybody gets 1 terabyte to start with, and then an extra 10 gigabytes for each license purchased that includes SharePoint. So if we take an example, let's say your organization has 200 licensed users, you would get 1 terabyte plus 200 times 10 gigs, which would give you around 3 terabytes. Now, of course, if you don't want to do the math in your own organization, you can just go to the SharePoint Online Admin Center on the Active Sites page, and then you can see it on the right, and you can see an example in my tenant on the bottom left side in the slides. Now, there are some limitations. For example, for the field worker licenses, they are cheaper. They are made for field workers that do not work on the PC all day. Those field worker licenses will not grant us the 10 gig per license increase. And when I talk about field worker licenses, I talk about the Microsoft 365 F1 and F3 or the Office 365 F3. But again, the Admin Center is where you can go to find the exact number of storage available that you have for your organization. Now that we know the basics, let's learn how to manage storage in SharePoint Online. There are two strategies to manage SharePoint Online storage. Either automatic, where you let sites use as much of your organization's storage as they need, or manual, where you set specific limits for each site. You can configure this in the SharePoint Online Admin Center under the Settings menu, and then in Site Storage Limits, you can choose between automatic or manual. If you choose the automatic option, SharePoint will set the limit for storage for all sites to 25 terabytes, which, remember, it's the max site limit for a SharePoint site, and it will be set to that number even if your tenant doesn't have 25 terabytes of available storage. If you go with that option, it's really up to you to monitor sites and make sure that one site doesn't take up all the available storage inside your tenant, and you can monitor them using either the Admin Center or PowerShell using the command links we learned about in the previous module. So from the Admin Center, you can monitor your tenant storage, and you have two ways to do it. First of all, you have a card on the Admin Center homepage, or you can go to the Active Sites view to see the total space inside your tenant, and there you also have a pre-built view called Largest Sites, from where you can see the largest sites in your tenant. Now, if we go with the manual option, we need to configure the maximum storage for each site in our tenant. You will be able to configure notifications for site owners when the site reaches a percentage of the storage limit that you set, and then site owners can request more storage from their site admin page. To configure the site limit, from the Active Sites page, select a site that you want to configure the limit on, and then select Storage inside the ribbon. You can configure the maximum storage for the site as well as what percentage to notify the owner at. Remember, you can set the maximum storage up to 25 terabytes even if you don't have 25 terabytes available inside your tenant. You can also manage site storage with PowerShell using the set SPO site PowerShell commandlet, and you just specify the identity of the site, and the two parameters you will play with most of the time are the storage quota, which is the maximum storage for the site, and the storage quota wording level, so at how much storage used do we send an email to the owner. And we talked about monitoring and creating your own reports. So if you want to, you can use PowerShell and the get SPO site commandlet we learned about to create an awesome report such as this one, where I get a list in descending order by how much storage they use, and I even calculate how much of their storage quota they are at. Now that we have seen the theory, let's head over to the lab and see how we can manage SharePoint Online storage. Back in the lab environment, first of all, let me open up the browser and go to the SharePoint Online Admin Center. Some of the cards that we have available have to do with storage. For example, the one on the screen right now shows me that as of today, I'm using less than 1% of storage in my demo tenant. You can see I can go on a date here. You can see I'm using 11.54 gigs of storage, so not that much. I can see I still have 1.28 terabytes available of 1.29, and I have a low risk. This will go to high risk if ever I'm running out of space, and I have plenty of storage for now. If you continue using storage at the same rate, you'll have enough for 6 months or more. So this card can also give you a projection in the future, which is awesome. If you click on View Largest Sites, it will just go to the SharePoint Online Admin Center Active Sites page, and it will go to the largest sites view. So here you can see it's filtered by storage used. So this is how I can view the storage in my tenant. And of course, on the Active Sites page, on the top right of the screen, I see again 1.25 terabytes available out of 1.29. Now, if I want to configure settings, I go under Settings, and then I go under Site Storage Limits. Here I can select, do I want it to be automatic? So let sites use as much of your organization's storage as they need, and this will set every site to a 25 terabyte limit, or set specific limits for each site. If you have it in manual, you can then go to Active Sites here. We can take this example here. Let's do the communication site demo. I didn't want to click on it. What you want to go is in the three dots here. If I zoom out, I would see all of them, but I'm a bit zoomed in, so you see the text better. That's why I have to go in the three dots, and then I'll click on storage. I can see the maximum storage for this site, so I can set this one that the maximum storage is only 10 gigs. And then email owners when this site reaches 98% of the storage limit. So I can configure it directly from the admin center. I can also configure it using PowerShell by using the set SPO site PowerShell commandlet, give it the identity of the site, give it the storage quota and the storage quota warning level. Then if we go back to the admin center, this was the site that we changed to new title in the last module in one of our demos. So let's go to storage. You can see it's set to 50 gigs and email owners when it reaches 96%. Of course, with PowerShell, we don't only give it a percentage, we actually give it a number of megabytes used before that warning is triggered. Great. Of course, with PowerShell, we can also create reports. So let me just get this started here and then we'll look at what it does. So I have to make it a bit wider. If not, it will not be pretty because the font is so big. Again, in your own environment, you probably have a smaller font than what I have in PowerShell. There we go. Now it looks good. So what I have here is a nice little report that says, hey, show me all of the SharePoint sites, show me the URL, the storage usage current, and the storage quota, and then create an expression of the storage used. So it's the storage divided by the storage quota in percentage, and then sort it by storage usage current. You can see right now I have one of my sites that's at 92%. So that can be an example of a really cool report that you can create with PowerShell. This is it for SharePoint Online Storage. Now let's go back to the slides and learn more about OneDrive for Business storage.